Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. Hope you all had an exciting weekend. Mine wasn't, mine was full of DIY. But there you go. Here we go. This is possibly my top 3 games of all time, this one, Goldeneye, on the Nintendo 64. Better, in fact, than I personally think, than the follow-up, Perfect Dark, which didn't use the Bond thing, anything, but it did require the RAM expansion pack, which also was required for Turok 2, which, considering Turok 2 was considered to be old, it was a bit strange, but anyway, I digress. Why do I like this game? I'm going to play through all this game actually, and hopefully I'm going to record it all as well. There's a black bar across the top, that's to do with the software that I used to record it, and I didn't want to promote them in any way, so apologies for the black bar, but I wanted to hide which fuckwits gave me the software to record this. This is recorded on a PC, hence the actual really good quality actually. The downside is I have to use a joypad that looks like a PS3 pad, but wired obviously, and it's a bit unresponsive, shall we say. And laying out, obviously anyone who's old enough to have played this game will know that the N64 controller was actually quite good for this game, well, it was in my opinion. The aiming function is a bit more difficult on this, with this PS3 pad basically. So that's why I don't look as though I'm doing particularly well here. Like that guy I would normally have been able to aim a lot quicker on the Nintendo 64 pad, but I can't, so I need to try and have a bit of a jiggle around with that one of these days. It took me a while to get used to everything, and obviously I was used to the Nintendo 64 pad. I can even now pick this game up and do pretty well. I used to be, well, very very good at this game actually. Didn't need to use aim to hit people in the head, pick people off. Anyway, I digress. So why do I like this game? I'm not going to go into the multiplayer particularly. I think the reason why it works, this is me doing a really bad aim here, isn't it? That's what I'm on about. The aiming thing is a bit, it's either all or nothing. I'm nudging the trigger, not the trigger thing, the thumbstick, and it moves ever so slightly, and then it suddenly just darts across the whole fucking screen. But anyway. This obviously was helped by the fact that Nintendo 64 was compared with the Super Nintendo anyway. It was pretty powerful. Graphically it was okay compared with the stuff like the PlayStation, unfortunately. Quite a good headshot, wasn't it? It was limited by the fact that it had cartridges, which, you know, to do a 700 megabyte cartridge was going to cost a lot of money. I mean, this is rare at the top of their game, in my humble opinion. The whole thing just worked. You got a bit of clipping, and you know the graphics on occasion were a bit comical, but you know when you shot something, it died. It was just perfect in my opinion. You know what you shot, you hit. I mean that obviously does apply in single player on most games anyway, but you know it was the first time we'd been able to follow the Bond, you know, a James Bond film, and that certainly as a British person like I am, as you can tell by my accent, was quite important. You know, you played the part of James Bond, not some anonymous soldier, you know, deep in the Iraqi desert or some other crap like that. You were James Bond. You were saving. I mean, she was quite good looking, the woman who's in this as well in real life. I mean, not the obviously the digitised version that they put in here. I'm just taking my time on this, by the way. I wanted to practice getting headshots. I used to be able to sit on this corner and get them all with a headshot back in the day. But the other thing about this game, I mean, obviously it was the multiplayer that made it famous, and considering it was something that Rare almost didn't bother putting in the game, I found that, you know, it's one of them little strange little facts of gaming history. But it also worked because the 4 of you who could play it needed to be in the same room. You know, as good as it can be, or as convenient as it can be to speak to people, you know, on the other side of the world to play, it's not quite as social as being in the same room. And it was good fun. I spent a lot. I mean, I was a student when this came out, so I finally got my hands on a Nintendo 64, and I spent a lot of time playing it. And one thing, I never actually managed to finish it on the 00 agent setting. I think it's the highest one. The hardest one, anyway. I think I got up to about the jungle one thing off the top of my head. There was a big difference in this game. If you went on agent, whatever it was, the easiest one, it was a piece of piss. You could stand there and take like 3 mags off people and still not die. And there was plenty. The body armour was better, and it was just easier. It was a piece of piss on the easy one, and the objectives were dead easy as well. Whereas once you got onto 00 Agent, you really needed to use silenced weapons so you didn't wake anybody up. You had to spot all the fucking security cameras. You had to be on the ball with your aim because you didn't get as much ammo. And it was a proper challenge. I mean, I never managed to do it, and I put a lot of time into this game. And I tried finding out all the little secrets and everything. Like, you're supposed to shoot that guy through the window, which is what I should have done. I mean, there's one of them. The first time you go on one of the snow maps outside, you can sit and shoot people through windows. I mean, I thought that was brilliant. I mean, I never really played shooters that much on the Super Nintendo. I think it was only really, was it Wolfenstein or one of them? Doom was out on the Super Nintendo, but I never really played shooters, and my PC wasn't good enough to play them at that time. So this is my first experience of doing it. But this is why I like Goldeneye. It's just perfect in my humble opinion. Everything you aim at is the level design's great. All the baddies are in there. The music's good. The multiplayer, I still think, is really, really good. And that's it. I am going to play through this game and bring it all to you because it's one of the games that it's in my top 3 of all time. So I will bring you some more gameplay from it. So I want to show you my initial fucking about and explain the difficulty I had recording was easy enough. Although what I will say as well, this file is 5 minutes 47 long and it's 11.5 gigabytes. Whereas when I record the PS3, I think it's about 1 gig is half an hour of gameplay at 720p. So there's a big difference, and I could fill a hard drive and not even. I've got 2 500 gig hard drives attached to my work computer where I would record this on, and I'd fill one of those up without finishing the game. It takes up that much memory, so I have to basically do the video and then delete the original file. I digress. So I will bring you more, guys, and here's my glimpse of Goldeneye on the Nintendo 64, and I hope you had a good weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take it easy. Bye.